Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have a vowel heavy rack and I'll see what opponent does. Well, he plays election, so he's off to the races already. Election is good. I have Roo for 16. It's probably better than changing. Just thinking if there's a way of getting rid of the Y instead of the R. A Y plus 3 vowels. No, this will have to do. That's a little bit better as far as pickups go. I have Rose Bay on my rack, which is also the name of a suburb in Sydney, Australia. Now I have elections and Rose Bay, but that stops one square short of the double word square, so I'm not in a hurry to play that one. Just wondering if there's a better placement. Now the T looks handy with this rack. Not seeing anything with a T. Okay, Frugs and Rose Bay. Same story, stops one square short. Rose. Oh, GA. That's where it fails. Otherwise, Rose Bay would have been perfect. Now, Frug only takes the S. Does the R assist? I have the boy component of a word. What about the C? Cavoyers, but not caboyers. I feel there is something with the C, but maybe not. Carboys, no. Alright, I think Rose Bay. Oh, it doesn't stop one square short, it actually works well. Now I draw some clunky consonants in the V, K and P. I have a good K hotspot here, so something like knap or nap. I think it's a silent K. That'd be a good score, 43 pointer. What about this K spot here? That doesn't look useful. Knave is good, Knave. Does play next to the R, but gives back easy scores to opponent. What about a 6-letter play? Getting the V or the K on this 6N. No, that's overly optimistic, I'd say. Nap, I think, currently is the candidate play. opponent has played qua. Now, what about something like pav? That doesn't give a whole lot back to opponent, but nap definitely feels like the way to go. Gets rid of 2 of the clunky consonants and scores well. I draw the Z, but also the V and W, so not ideal. Orzo is good, but I'd need another O for that. Looking at hotspots for my Z. Opponent likely to take the triple word square down the bottom here. Now, what about tude? That's a nice score. Yeah, that's a nice score. Not a great rack leave, but the Z's a handy tile to have on your rack. Just looking at other... Okay, opponent plays unclip, and I think I'll go with tude. I draw the J as well. Still don't have an A for the qua front hook. I don't have an A, but I have a H. ETH, that could be handy. Oh, that's a shame. The best I can see there is F. 24, not a great rack leave. That's a shame. That would have been a nice play. Incorporating the J or the Z, but it's not to be. Now, opponent bingo's untitled, and he takes the lead as well. So quad takes an S. I do have jive. Do I play jive? .30 play gets rid of the 2 undesirables, that being the V and the J. Yeah, I think I will go with this, and I'll hold on to the H for an F play. That's a better looking rack. Zibeth. Opponent's taken my spot, but I do have a ZA play here for 34. Looking at Z hotspots, I do have Zibet through the eye, and I do have the S for bathes. That looks alright. 40-point play, keeping the Z. That's not bad at all. Two S's plus a blank to come, so I think taking the spot is probably a good idea. I can't see a 7. I'll just have one last look with this floating I. I thought I had baptizers for a moment. I think I have beaths for 52. That's even better than bathes because the H gets... Yeah, I'm going with this. Plus it creates a Z hotspot. So I do have a nice Z play here for... Well, I have phase as well. That's a 50-point play. Opponent likely to snap up the spot. 69, but gives back easy score to opponent there. Do I have a 7? Opponent does take that spot, which is a real shame. I have ZE here, 34. This opens up a 6-letter play ending in A, E, or O. I have an A and an E, and it's quite flexible, so it would suit me, this play. Now, is there a hotter Z spot that I haven't considered? So this one is 34. Forza is 37, a worse rack leave. Fees is good, F-E-A-Z-E. Don't see that playing anywhere to good effect. I think Z-E looks okay. 13 vowels, 16 consonants, pretty balanced. Not a good pickup. I draw a couple of E's. And the rack was already slightly vowel heavy, so that was an unwelcome draw. Orf is good, but yeah, not seeing a great play there. I have Fet and Nut, 25, weak rack leave. Opponent scores well with Nish, takes a healthy lead. Well, a marginal lead. That's a 12-point play. I really need to keep scoring to stay in touch with opponent. The F being the only scoring tile. 21. I think I will go with this. That's a little bit more balanced. Captivate from a C and a T. That's not going to happen. Now I have Vape on the rack. That blank is going to be crucial, and the X. So hopefully I draw one of those power tiles towards the end. I could play that here if opponent doesn't take the spot, because it doesn't allow opponent any comeback play and scores half decently. Opponent's play doesn't really help me because the best I can do here is PE, I think. Oh no, wait a minute, ump is good. So what about... Oh, this is interesting. What about... ape? Is that the best I can do there? Ape. Yeah, I think I will go with ape here. 28 points. Now, I've drawn the W. Not ideal, but at least there's a scoring potential. If opponent's got that blank, these tiles are... Yeah, I thought the tiles are very bingo-y, so he's bound to come down with a bingo there. And unless I've got a 50-point play, I think he's got this one in the bag. A Weto doesn't reach. A Vow is probably the best I can see. And he's probably drawn the X as well, so what can you do? I have to obviously take the spot. 33, not enough, unfortunately. That was a terrible pickup, and opponent's got the powerhouse X. So he's definitely, yeah, he's won the game. Now, how to score best with my remaining tiles. It was close towards the end there, but I think whoever got that X was basically gonna have the best chance of winning. Oh, there was also Apex and... Oh, but you would have had to start XI or something. No, that wouldn't have worked. Okay. No, not seeing anything great. I'll just go with Tyrer. Oh, not Tyrer. Trier is what I meant. Trier. And then opponent will go out with his tiles, no doubt. He might choose not to go out because I can't score fantastically with these two. If for 5 is the most, Impy is IMPI. So Impy no good. Unclipped would have been... 11. It would have scored more than Trier, but it would have left more tiles on the rack. I wonder if... yeah. Well, it was close until the end there, but opponent just got away with the X there and the blank. Those were the two powerhouse tiles out of the remaining 12. And sadly didn't get one of them. Opponent still looking for an outplay here. Limos through the eye. Malts through the T. He's got a few outs. He's gone down into his last couple of minutes there. I'll just see if he's still around. Okay, he's gone into his last couple of minutes. Hopefully he makes a move soon. Doesn't make for riveting viewing, sitting and looking at the last play. And that's the end of the game, finally. So, thank my opponent for the game. Let's see what we missed. Selection, opponent opens with a bingo. Know your from the N. It's good to know your 5-letter words. And that would have been a better play. 16. I scored also 16, but a worse rack leave. Now opponent's got Frug for 25, and then Rose Bay for 88. Comes down, that was best. Kibler for 32. Through the B, but leaving the A hanging out in the open. Opponent goes with Qua. Safer play. Nap for 43 was best. Look at that. Euclidic through the C. That's, through the, through the C. Euclidic using 2 C's, 2 I's. That's obviously something to do with a nucleus, possibly. Glucinic as well, and Culicine. And what's this one? Glucinic again. Linguica, relating to language, I suppose. That's some interesting bingos. I didn't know any of those, so congrats if you spotted those. Unclip is played, and then Tude for 46 was best from this rack. Rutilant for 78, but untitled, also Lutenist. So plays untitled. Now Jive was best from this rack, so that was good. Grad for opponent. Zabtiers. Now that is a word I've seen before, but I probably wouldn't have spotted it. I looked at the tiles and they did look pretty bingo-y, but who would have thought through the eye, Zabtiers. That's not an everyday word, that's for sure. I looked at the eye and I thought, yeah, it does go well with these tiles, but yeah. So I got the next best one, which was Beats for 52, and then Good for 35. Opponent plays Phase for 39, N4. Yeah, I don't like Phase. I mean, that just gives back really easy plays for opponent with some heavyweights here still. You know, the X, the Y, the W, the H, the P. He's going to get an easy 40 points there. So I thought I looked at Forza 37, but yeah, I thought Zeddy would have been fine. And then minorship. That's a 9-letter word through OR. Tricky to spot. Opponent did have a bingo, but didn't get that one. And then Fee for 21 was best from this rack. Now opponent's got a good rack here. Trionym for 92 points at 14A, getting the Y tripled and the whole word doubled. Nice. He goes with my for 24. Now, Aviate for 45 points. A7. A squat. Front hook for squat. Now, that was crucial because that would have put me on 375. So, about a 40-point lead. That would have been interesting. AV8, but he would have played, yeah, not sure if he could have played across, but he still would have had his bingo ovarian. Ocarina also playable. Safer spot. Now, what was my best play? It was a vow, so nothing better on offer there. Docs was a massive 44 play at a crucial time in the game because we're kind of neck and neck, and I thought that X is going to be a decisive tile, and it was. So he gets the 44 there, and I've got triplicate eye, and it's really just damage control at this stage. So I went with Trier for 10. What was the other one? Right for 13, N1. Okay, but giving an easy score for opponent there. Yeah, Trier, and then opponent had moles or olms, and that was the end of the game. So, hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.